My name is Diana Wilder. I am a Master of Arts student in Critical and Curatorial Studies here at the University of Louisville. I am studying, for my thesis, 18th century American landscapes and how they impacted our country. For our project for Critical and Curatorial Studies 1 in the fall of 2019, we were tasked with developing an exhibition. And here today we are sitting in the exhibition, and we'll be talking a little bit about our processes, what we've taken away from it, and some of our most favorite aspects. So I'll start with our process. And I think one of the things that helped me learn a lot about things that we will encounter in the job market is group working together with a group. And I had settled on my images for my paper for the class fairly early and was kind of focused. So it was very interesting to see the images that everyone else brought to the table and how they all started to work together, and how ideas from different people looking at the same images that I was developed into our exhibition here, the Anthropocene Epoch and the human relationships with animals. So I found that very enlightening.
Hi everyone, I'm Allie Blankenship. I'm also a Critical and Curatorial Studies Master student here at the University of Louisville. For my thesis, I am researching some different theoretical approaches to looking at calendars and 20th century calendar prints. And for this exhibition, like Diana said, it was really a wonderful learning process working together. The exhibition was curated by us and other students in the class who were really instrumental to putting this all together. It was a really wonderful learning process, being able to pick the pieces and really create a narrative within them. And I feel like we've done that fairly well here, working towards some different ways we look at animals in art.
Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Hankins. I am a art history master's student at the University of Louisville. For my thesis, I am researching surrealist film and how the scenery and sounds used in surrealist film has a psychoanalytic effect on the anxiety of the audiences. Like Allie and Diana said, the process was really interesting. I had been able to take from my previous undergraduate internships bits and pieces of what I had learned, but I had never been given almost full reign of curating a show. So this was really interesting, and kind of not being so walled in, so fenced in on what we could and couldn't do, and working with the class together and making a show that we're so proud of, and just really deep and really near and dear to our hearts. It was really interesting.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandria Blair. I'm also a Master of Arts student in art history here at the University of Louisville. I'm doing my thesis research on the pre-uncanny repression of D. Curico and the dual reality nature of metaphysical art. I think for this project, I think as an introduction, it was our first semester together as master students. I think having a project like this was an excellent exercise into what to expect, I think, from the art world. For me, I never had any experience curating. I had never been given any opportunities like this. And to have such a large group of people and to have so many ideas, because we basically started at zero, to have so many different people with so many different backgrounds and thoughts on these prints, and to have all these ideas come together, I think seeing that creative process, as difficult as it was at times, I think was one of my favorite experiences that we've had thus far in our journey. And to create something like this, that, like Kristen said, that we're so proud of to have, it was really fun.
I am here here in front of our section on animals and portraiture. And what we started to see when we were putting all of these images down on the table was that there were a lot of correlations. We started to see portraits of animals, and we think of portraits in the way that we do portraits for our families, portraits that we do like this Barry Moser here. So we wanted to put them side by side so that everyone can start to see that what we do is we start to attribute human emotions and ideas onto animals, and we have done it for quite a long time. And you can see here in the eagle, it's got that fierce stare. We describe the eagle and the lion here just like we would ourselves. So we talk about majesty and fierceness and a piercing gaze, and you can see the same thing in the portrait of the author next to the eagle. We've got centered here in this section of the wall a satyr, who is a mythological creature that is half human and half man. So we have taken a image from one of the other sections and put it here as a representation of how we look at animals. So I think that here with our depictions and the things that we have side by side, that this is an excellent representation of how animals have been seen by society in general.
So for our second wall in the gallery, we've decided to do animals and domesticity, and how animals have been commodified for humans and how they serve our physical and emotional needs in relationship to humans. Domesticating animals is making them less wild, so we're bringing them into our homes, we're bringing them into cages and using that for our enjoyment, our entertainment, and our pleasure. This is Trois Chats from Edward Manet. It's 3 house cats kind of just doing their own thing, just being goofy, and it makes people really happy to see cat videos. But in 1869, we didn't have videos, so we had prints of cats being goofy.
And after leading from our animals and domesticity, we lead straight into animals and religion. When speaking on our own history, it's very difficult to talk about our lives and our history without talking about religion. And one of the main components of religion, especially, it really doesn't matter whether you're speaking of more pagan religions or if you're speaking of Christianity, we as humans have always had this need to have a power over animals. We sacrifice them in order to appease something above in hopes of bettering our own lives. And here with this section, we begin leading from domesticity straight into more of the calm, more, we won't say Christian exactly, but we'll say the calm earth of the animal, where they live in peace and harmony, leading straight into the more pagan religions, which have much more of a stronger hold on the idea of the animal, of having less grace within themselves in treatment of these animals. And sitting in the very middle is our break, our sort of bridge between the calm and the hectic. Sitting above the rest is St. Jerome in the desert. The story goes that a lion one day broke into the monastery that he was in, and St. Jerome calmed the lion himself and took the thorn out of its paw, and from then on the lion stood by his side in the calm. So as a way to sort of break up and still bring together the story, we have in our very middle, St. Jerome.
The Anthropocene Epoch is framed as a period where destruction of nature is directly caused by the actions of humanity. We decided to end the exhibition with a section on actions and consequences. This section of the exhibition really details acts of humanity that involve animals. So we have pieces of agriculture and animals and entertainment showing how we utilize animals in different industries while also corrupting them and exploiting them in different ways. The pieces around me really show what those consequences are. They're detrimental to both the humans and the animals that are involved.
Thank you for spending the time with us and going through the Anthropocene Epoch with us today. The show is open until next Friday. Please go on our website and pick a time to come and spend some time with the art that we find so fascinating. Thank you.